Hello, everyone. My name is Jack Heslin, and I am the founder of the online community, the AIconversation.com. That's www.theaiconversation.com. Welcome to what we are calling AI 101, where we break down the complex world of artificial intelligence into understandable building blocks. I think we all know today that artificial intelligence is more than just a buzzword. It's becoming a fundamental tool in how businesses and organizations operate and how work will be getting done not just today but in the future. What makes the modules that we've created unique is we're going to start with the foundations of artificial intelligence and then show how these building blocks build one on top of the other so that by the end of these modules, you'll have at least an understanding of the concepts. You'll have a grasp of how the different AI technologies work together, basically creating intelligence systems that we'll be using in our everyday lives at work and at home. Now, the reason this is important is because I'm not big on sweeping statements, but the term the AI revolution, it's not really melodramatic. If you look at some of the numbers coming out of the statistical data and economics, three-quarters of the companies, large companies around the world, right down to small to medium-sized organizations, expect to be using some kind of AI technology by 2027. This isn't just hype. People are saying, I'm going to lose my job to AI. No, you're not. You're going to lose your job to someone who knows how to use AI technologies. LinkedIn tells us that the demand for people who know how to write AI algorithms, that could grow by 30-40% in the coming years. And then just here in the United States, it's projected there'll be hundreds of thousands of jobs where there's a demand for people who either they know how to write AI models or at least how to use them to create efficiencies in their workplace. So this isn't just a good thing to know about. It's part of your career plan. Now, an important thing to know about the phrase artificial intelligence is that by itself it doesn't mean anything. It's really an umbrella phrase. It encompasses not just one technology, but several. And these technologies are distinct, but they're interconnected. If anyone has a background in 3D printing, we used to say that in 3D printing, that was an umbrella term encompassing many different kinds of materials and technologies. Well, that's very similar in AI. These systems work together and they create solutions that are greater than just the sum of their parts. But like any cutting edge field, new AI technologies and capabilities are constantly emerging, making this a very dynamic and exciting area to study. There's a lot going on. Everything in these modules should be looked at as of today. This presentation, 6 months, certainly 12 months from now, would be very different. Now, as we said at the beginning, we take a pyramid approach to this, how the technologies relate to each other. So we've organized them as a pyramid structure. Starting from the bottom, we have machine learning. Then we get to neural networks and deep learning. Then we get to expert systems. Then we get to natural language processing, commonly called NLP. Then we get to computer vision, and finally at the very top, AI robotics. In this introductory module, we're just going to touch a little bit on each one, what it is, and then in the succeeding modules, we'll go into each one of these individually. But it's important to understand that each layer of AI depends upon the layer below it. And where does that begin? Well, it begins with machine learning. That's the bottom of the pyramid. You could call machine learning, excuse me, the workhorse of AI. It is the foundation of modern AI, and we like to call it the Clydesdale of AI technologies because it is the powerful workhorse that does the heavy lifting. Just as a Clydesdale horse provides the strength and endurance for difficult tasks, machine learning provides the fundamental data processing, pattern recognition capabilities that power most AI applications. So machine learning systems, they learn from data, which is what makes AI AI. They learn from data to make predictions and improvements over time. But what's extraordinary is the more data you give it, the more it can learn, the more accurate it becomes, making it a really powerful tool for things like fraud detection, shopping recommendations, and predictive maintenance in large industrial environments. This technology is already widespread because of its versatility and its effectiveness in solving real-world problems, but it's only going to grow. Now, as we go up the pyramid, talk about neural networks and deep learning. Neural networks and deep learning represent the first big major advancement beyond machine learning. You take inspiration from how the human brain processes information, which is not a new idea. That concept is decades old. And then try to build a system that recognizes complex patterns by using layers of interconnected nodes, very much like the interconnected neurons of the human brain. Now, this technology is powerful because it can identify subtle patterns that traditional programming might miss. Makes it essential for tasks like image recognition, image recognition and language processing. So this basically brain-inspired approach has led to the most impressive AI breakthroughs that we've seen in recent years. And that's an important point. AI as a concept, as work, is decades old, but it's really in a remarkably few short years that this has truly taken off. Now, as we continue to go up the pyramid, we get to expert systems, which takes a different approach to AI by capturing or applying human expertise in a particular area in a rules-based environment, which means, one example, like a top medical specialist or a financial advisor, and encoding all that knowledge into a particular rules-based system, like an expert system. These systems combine predefined, that's really important, rules with their ability to learn from new data, making them particularly valuable in fields like medical diagnosis and financial planning. Now, all of that, even though it's becoming more widespread, still has a long way to go, but we're going to see it in every facet of our lives. The key to understanding expert systems is to realize their ability to explain their decision-making process, which is not true of all AI technologies. As we continue up our pyramid, we get to natural language processing, understanding human language, commonly called NLP. And this is what enables computers, and remember, that's all AI is, it's computers, to understand and work with human language in all of its complexity. So this technology powers everything from translation services to virtual assistants, helping bridge the gap between human communication and human processing. When you ask your phone to set a reminder or chat with a customer service bot, you're interacting with a NLP, natural language processing technology. The real magic of NLP lies in its ability to understand context and meaning, not just individual words. That's really important. It can extract the meaning, the context of what you're talking about. So let's keep climbing our pyramid. Computer vision. Computer vision gives machines the ability to see and understand the visual information from the world around it. This technology goes far beyond just capturing images, like our buddy here staring at a picture of a cat. It's about understanding what those images mean, whether it's recognizing faces, identifying objects, analyzing medical scans. Computer vision is crucial for technologies like autonomous vehicles, that should be pretty obvious, and security systems where machines need to make real-time decisions based on visual input. This is going to become an absolutely common technology. It's a perfect example of how AI can replicate and even enhance our own sensory capabilities. So then we get to the top of our pyramid, robotics. This is truly the open horizon. Robotics is where artificial intelligence meets the physical world. This field combines all the previous technologies we've discussed, from machine learning right up to computer vision to robotic, building on all those to create systems that can interact with their environment in meaningful ways. Robotics AI needs to handle complex tasks like motion planning and environmental interaction, making it essential, really making it essential for manufacturing and exploration and automation. When you see a robot performing precise movements on an assembly line, you're watching culmination of multiple AI technologies working together. You might say, well, I've seen robots in factories for years. Yes, you have. But now the level of complexity of tasks that they can do is only going to increase. So we're at the top of our pyramid. We went from the bottom to the top. We saw how all these layers build on each other. Each layer adds a capability unique to that layer, but is dependent upon the layers below it. So even though we're at the top with computer vision or AI robotics, it goes back to machine learning, which required neural networks, which required expert systems, which require, oh, there's a typo there, which required natural language processing, and then we get to computer. Every technology builds on the one below it. So where are we going to go from here? In the coming modules, we will go into each one of these blocks of the pyramid more in detail. This is not a course. There's no quiz, there's no test, there's no badge at the end. But the goal here is to give each of us an understanding of the basic concepts that go into artificial intelligence. Because we're going to have to make decisions about this, whether it's as business professionals or heads of nonprofit organizations or in our day-to-day lives. What is the basis for making the decisions about how we incorporate this technology into our lives, whether it's the professional or the personal? So having some understanding of the underlying concepts without needing to know how to write code, how to write the algorithms, that's really pretty handy. And I think as we get into these modules, you'll realize this is a fascinating, fascinating technology time for us to be living through. So our next module, we'll be kicking it off, is with that bottom foundation of the pyramid, machine learning. We hope you join us. I'm Jack Heslin, founder of the AI Conversation. Take a moment to check us out, www.theaiconversation.com. Thank you very much and stay well. Bye.